Arcade. Mila Falta, all you handsome gamers out there. It's Craigie's Gaming here again. And this time, shock horror. Ah! It's not Call of Duty that you're seeing in the background. You remember back in March, February, and every month before that this year, when the Titanfall hype train was at its highest? Man, it was yet another, it's a COD killer, and, you know, most people didn't buy into that. The media likes to build these things up, and I'm sure. Did you see that nasty snipe that somebody tried to get me straight off spawn there? Wow, I love this map. The media likes to build these things up, and clearly the people who made the game like to build that hype up too. Nobody really thought I was going to beat Call of Duty, not in the first game, but you know, if it had a good solid first game and they refine it and make it better, you never know where this might go. But I don't know about you, but I don't see any Titanfall videos on YouTube now. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there doing them, but what's happened? And I thought I'd just do a quick video. It's not so much a Call of Duty versus Titanfall video. You've probably seen plenty of those before. There'll be a little bit of that in this video. It was quite a long gameplay. It was about 12-13 minutes, so I've cut out little bits here and there. It's nothing other than just the empty bits when I'm not killing a bunch of people. But if you've not played Titanfall before, or if you've not played it that much, if you're watching the gameplay in the background, you'll see that I do kill quite a lot of people here, so it's really action-packed game. So if you're looking at the pluses and the minuses of Titanfall, really action-packed. Because there's human gamers in multiplayer, and because there's also these things called minions, or spectres, which are just AI-controlled bots, effectively. It means there's a lot more players, and that just means you're running around, and it's very rarely, even although the maps are quite big compared to, say, a Call of Duty map, you're often just quite close to someone, so you're getting engaged in gunfights a lot. So there's a big plus one, particularly for the Call of Duty community. They're used to fast-paced gameplay, want to get into a lot of gunfights and have a lot of action. So tick in the box there. Well done, guys. You've invented a good game that is fast and action-paced. However, the Spectres, there's two types of bots, Spectres, and for the life of me I've forgotten what the other ones are called. The other ones are terrible. They literally just stand there and look at you and say, come on then, shoot me. Go on then. I dare you. Oh, you did. Oh, thanks very much. Oh, there's another one. Come on then, shoot me. And they shoot you back, and it's like their bullets are about 10 feet left of you and 3 feet right of you. And if you can't go and kill a lot of these robots, then there's something seriously wrong with you. The Spectres are a little bit better, but they're still really easy to kill. So if you go on a map, there might be 6v6 human players, and then at any given time there's a whole bunch of these sort of robots, minions, kicking around. And in this gameplay, if you're watching this, I've not died yet. Now, if I was playing Call of Duty, I would have died a few times by now, because I'm not that good. But I've gone around stomping, and I'm not looking at how many kills I've got, but I don't know, I've maybe got 10, 15 kills by now, and if I was doing that in Call of Duty, I would be absolutely wetting myself with excitement. But in Titanfall, it's not unusual, particularly because there's a perk or an attachment, or I don't know what you call them in Titanfall, that's called, oh god, what is it called? But it basically shows all these minions, all these bots on the mini-map at all times. So you can not see the live human players, but you can see the minions, and that just means you can just run straight to that bit of the map. Oh, there's a bunch of really weak-ass players. I'll go and kill loads of them. So I'm kind of letting you in on some of the secrets here. That's how I play Titanfall, because it means I get lots of kills. If you hadn't seen Titanfall and never played it before, you'd be thinking, man, this guy I'm watching is like the best Titanfall player ever. He's only just died once there. It's just, this guy's a god. But no, you just run around, and if you've got that attachment that shows up where the minions are, you just run straight to that bit of the map. There's 3, 4, 5, 6 easy kills, and you're never going to die, unless there's a human player sitting in the middle of them, and you just underestimate and think it's all going to be these rubbish players. So it's a big plus one that's a lot of action-packed, but actually, if you're playing it in certain ways, it's can get a bit dull, because actually it's like playing on bots on Call of Duty at the lowest level. It's not really much of a challenge. So plus for the game, negative for the game. Let's talk about the Titanfalls for a sec. The Titans, sorry, for a second, because the game is called Titanfall. After all, the Titans are good. The Titans are exciting. You know, it's like you load up this game, you play a few games, you're like, I can't wait to earn my Titan. And then you get in it and you can stomp around for a while. And the good thing is they're not overpowered. You know, nobody would want you to get in this thing and then not be able to die. So you basically have two weapons. You've got your or three weapons. You've got your primary and secondary, as you do in most first-person shooters. You can also hack turrets, which is what I'm doing here. And if you can get to one of these, it's certainly worth it, because then it starts killing for you as well. So you can really rack up the kills if you do that. But yeah, you've got your primary and secondary as you do in any first-person shooter, and then you've got an anti-Titan weapon. So it's a completely different weapon, third weapon. It's only really effective on Titans. It's this bizarre world that apparently Titanfall lives in, that these major weapons that can take down a Titan actually don't do very much to humans and bots and minions and spectres. But hey-ho, let's not dwell on that too much. It's all about balancing the game and not about real life after all. But the anti-Titan weapons are actually pretty good, and there's 3 or 4 of those, and that's how you take down a Titan. Or if you're in a Titan yourself, then it's a bit easier to take down another Titan. But it was exciting at first, and then I find, and I am by no means somebody who plays a lot of Titanfall, but I find after the excitement of dashing around in one of these and getting to know how it works, and it's best, I think, if you've got these dash attachments on it that makes you boost around a little quicker, because you need to get out of trouble sometimes. But it gets a little, well, that's alright, but I don't fancy going in that. I'd rather just let it be my follower dog, basically. You can set it up so that you're not in the Titan, you're just running around with your primary and your secondary. And you can do 2 things with your Titan then. 1, you can just leave it to stand in one spot and guard that area of the map. Or 2, you can have it following you around the map, helping protect you. And I find it's more fun as a game, but then that's because I like first-person shooters. For me, I want my primary gun in my hand, I want to switch between that and my anti-Titan tank weapon, and I've got a Titan following me around, protecting me. If I'm playing other game modes where you're playing the equivalent of domination, you might want to put it up beside one of the dom spots and just have it guard that. I've seen some teams get 2 Titans, 3 Titans, and just put them in the middle dom spot and just guard that, and then or one of the end ones, and then just cycle between the other 2 and just absolutely dominate you. So it's a big plus that they brought out Titanfall. I think the Titans within Titanfall, but I just find that I don't think I'm alone in it. I think there is people who love getting in their Titans and stomping around and absolutely destroying once they get it. I think there's a lot of people who just do what I do now, which is great. I've earned a Titan, I've been there, I've done that. It's not as much fun as running around with a gun, so I'll just use it as my guard dog, basically. So you kind of go, well, if that's the USP, if that's the raison d'etre of the game, I think there's a lot of people maybe out there not jumping in their Titans and just launching them and having them guard. So why else has Titanfall not grown up to be a massive success that everybody's still raving about? Well, because the game mechanics are really solid, a really good game. You've got, good solid hit detection. It's fun. So it doesn't sound like I'm being very negative on it. I think the final thing for me as to why I've only casually play it and I've not become a hardcore player of it is that there's not a lot of gun selections. There's literally, I think I've unlocked about 6 guns maybe. I've still got another 2 to unlock, or 3, or somewhere of that magnitude. But you've got 2 assault rifles, 2 SMGs, 1, maybe 2 snipers, couple of shotguns, and that's about it. And then there's the pistols and the infamous smart pistol. But in essence, there isn't a lot of weapons, so there's not a lot of replayability. And within the weapons, there's 1 or 2 that are just probably the best weapons, and everybody knows it. And it's early weapons that you can unlock, and they're the ones that everybody uses. So it's good, it's innovative. They've brought out, obviously, the Titans. They've brought out this little thing at the end that you're watching, where after you win, you all have to get to the losers have to get to a certain point in the map and jump on an escape ship, or you have to try and kill them. You don't actually get the kills for that, but it just adds a little bit of novelty to the end of the game. I liked it, it's innovative, but again, it gets very samey very quick. It'd be good if they maybe had different versions of it. So maybe sometimes there'll be 1 drop ship, sometimes there'll be 2 drop ships. So everything just gets a little stale for me. So it's a good game, it's fun, but then it just gets samey in a lot of fronts. I haven't bought any of the download maps, which is maybe my fault. But here, if you look at this is essentially what I'm saying. All that game, I killed 22 bots. I only killed 5 humans, and I only died 3 times. So you could kind of say my KD was 5-3, but it's all these minions that they throw in there to make it more exciting that ends up being what boosts your stats and makes it more exciting. So I think Titanfall's got a bit of ways to go, but it's a good first start, and let's hope that Titanfall 2 is awesome and it irons out some of these wrinkles and it has much more replayability about it, and it ends up with much more perks and things to go for, because I just don't see a lot of unlockables in this. Hope you enjoyed that. Craigie's out.